Oh, that my tribe, that my crew, that my clique.
So when I was in Greece, the way they said, the way they said, cheers was Yama. When I was in Denmark, the way they say cheers is skål. Shout out.
And when I was on my couch watching a movie, they said, Opa! Opa!
Come on, sisterhood traveling kids, okay?
Yes. Angela, so you know the internet is mad at Jay-Z. I know y'all heard about this situation with Jay-Z, where he pretty much, he was definitely a caper for Colin Kaepernick and his protest of the NFL and him having a right to kneel and him being blacklisted from the organization.
Right.
And, Jay-Z was one of his biggest fans, supporting this movement. But recently, he actually signed a deal with NFL, breaking bread with Roger Goodell, the CEO. And he signed a deal to not only to help them produce the Super Bowl halftime show, but also as an advocate to implement like social justice initiatives for players in the NFL.
Right.
And the people are not happy about it. Apparently, Jay-Z is a sellout. He gave up, his voice for a check. And yeah, he's an Uncle Tom.
First of all, how dare you?
Yeah.
And first of all, he's told you once, he's told you twice, he has 99 problems. But this is not one of them.
This is not one.
He told y'all back then that all these issues y'all try to throw at him, it is not his problem.
It's not.
This is not, let me tell you something. Now, a lot of people are upset because they're like, Jay-Z shouldn't take any money from the NFL or have any deal until Colin Kaepernick has a job. Colin Kaepernick settled with the NFL, and he definitely had a non-disclosure agreement with how much money he got from them and what the terms were and things like that. So who's to say he actually still wants to play? You know what I'm saying?
No, that's the thing. Colin Kaepernick, he does still want to play.
Oh.
That's because he's been training. He's been training, getting back into training, because he wants to, and that's what I'm confused about, because it's kind of like, okay, if Colin Kaepernick is supposed to expose the NFL for all these unjust practices and being, having these subtle racist policies, you know what I mean? And you still want to play for them?
Right.
That to me is a little bit, not trying to judge him, you think you wanted your life or whatever, but I just think that's kind of fishy for, because his, Colin Kaepernick, I think is his fiance or his girlfriend, whoever she is.
Yeah, she's like a radio host.
Yeah, and she was, trying to come at Jay-Z, talking about, he never talked to Colin and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, well, one, your man signed the NDA.
Yeah.
How you know Jay-Z didn't sign the NDA too?
Right.
So maybe he's legally bound to not have discussions with other people about what he's doing.
Exactly.
But it's like you can't sit here and talk about Jay-Z getting a check from the NFL when your man got us a check from the NFL for an undisclosed amount.
Right.
That he can no longer talk about.
And what Jay-Z was saying was basically, okay, we knelt, we basically told everybody what the issue was. We protested. We showed them how we're going to stand together, and we are going to fight for, police brutality and, the unarmed black men that are dying. And, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? We can't just keep on kneeling for the rest of our lives. One day we got to stand up and we got to do something about it. So if that means that we got to work from the inside, while I get a check.
What? But who don't want to check? Who don't want to check?
But no, but it's just but the thing is that there are always going to be two ways to combat prejudice. There's going to be a Malcolm X and there's going to be a Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be people that are not going to agree with both ways. But at the end of the day, they are both having the same mission. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To have, racial equality and to fight prejudice in the NFL and also in America. So don't don't ever come for Jay-Z, who's done way more for African Americans in this country than these bum ass people sitting on their couch, okay, with everything they have to do and complain, and they've never volunteered, never donated to nobody, never helped nobody out, but y'all have a lot to say on Twitter thumbs and Twitter fingers. I ain't got no
besides Jaden Smith, Jay-Z is one of the few celebrities that is still sending water to Flint.
Right.
Jay-Z paid Meek Mill and Lil Wayne's legal fees.
Right.
Jay-Z and Beyonce bailed Black Lives Matter protesters out of jail when they got arrested in Ferguson. He has done a lot for the community, so I feel like his track record alone should say, y'all can trust me, I'm not doing anything stupid.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just can't take people.
But yeah, and you have to work from the inside. That's the only way that it's gonna get better. Like,
that's what I want to say, because the thing about it is you have to remember, Colin Kaepernick, he may have been blacklisted. I have to say may because it's not official if we know or not. Mm-hmm. He obviously was. Mm-hmm. But allegedly he was blacklisted. But the thing about it is there are still about 1,500 players or more who are black in the NFL.
Right.
Who their influence stops on the field.
Right.
It stops on the field. Mm-hmm. So it's like they have nobody in these corporate offices meeting with the owners and the shareholders talking on their behalf. There's no one in that room for them.
Right.
So now Jay-Z is in those rooms, and he is being a voice on their behalf.
He's in the room.
So why wouldn't you want somebody to speak for the black bodies that are risking their lives every single season?
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, it's like, what do you expect people to do? Like, literally, like you said, Malcolm X and Martin Luther King had two different methods of fighting for justice and equality and combating rape. They have two different methods. You know, and Malcolm X used to criticize Martin Luther King openly.
Right.
It was like, oh, they're this and they're parenting a white man and they're being peaceful. It's like, no, we want to, you know, it was different methods, you know, but they all wanted the same thing and they ended up having to come together,
right? You
know, eventually. So I just feel like the critique with Jay-Z is a bit unjust.
It's unjust.
And frankly, it's stupid.
It's stupid. And quite frankly, all y'all talking about, oh, we still boycotting the NFL. Y'all watching, the people who are really boycotting never watched the NFL in the first place.
Okay, because I was talking about I'm boycotting the NFL and I don't even watch sports.
Okay, I only watch the Super Bowl.
Okay.
For the halftime show and the commercials.
Hello.
But I'm talking about I'm a boycott.
And for the free food at the Super Bowl party.
Okay.
Chicken finger.
That's a long. Right, exactly. So do not come for Jay-Z. This is a man that is doing so much for our community, and we need to support him and at least watch to see what is going to happen.
Because we don't know what is going to come of this. And look, it could fail.
Yeah.
But at least he's taking steps to do stuff. Besides the people kneeling, like, what are they doing?
Yeah. Right.
What are they doing? I mean, you know, Eric Reed, Colin Kaepernick, they are doing stuff in the community. But as far as where the fight started, what are you doing with that?
Yeah. Now it's time to actually do action. Yeah. You know, and so continue to kneel, continue to protest, whatever your spirit is led for you to do. And if the spirit is calling Jay-Z to get in these boardrooms and make things happen for the inside.
While getting a check.
He can do it. He can do it.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Get your check, Jay-Z. Shout out to Beyonce. Okay. Beyonce's husband. Because this is about Beyonce, really. It's Jay-Z.
I think it's all about Beyonce.
It's about Beyonce.
It's about her in the end.
And y'all not going to come for Beyonce's husband.
Y'all not going to come for Beyonce's husband.
Spirit.